Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing well today. This is just an interesting way that I like to try to keep in touch with everybody. Sometimes emails can be a little impersonal, and this is a lot more personal because you get to see a face and things move around, and it's more interesting than looking at text sometimes. So in this kind of a thing, I like to just let everybody know what's going on, who's up on the worship team this coming week. And this week it's Carrie and Abby and Martha and Laura as far as singers go, and then Ming and Chuck and Sam and Drew and myself as far as players, and I'll be singing as well. Mike J, as it exists on the schedule, is on the soundboard, and it says TBA, to be announced, for Media Shout, somebody who's running Media Shout. So I really don't know who's doing that. If anybody has a clue about who's doing that, please let me know, because I guess that needs to be decided pretty soon. The other thing I like to do with this little video is, if there are prayer concerns that you guys have for yourselves or for somebody you know or anybody in your family, make sure you let me know about that, and that way I can let everybody else in the team know about that. I can't really think of anything else on that front that we need to remember. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, there is an incredible opportunity for us. Carrie let me know this. Hillsong United is going to be coming doing a worship concert in Columbia, June 1st. I would love to see us go and attend that, whoever really from the church that wants to go, but particularly us in the worship team. I'd like for us to do that. The tickets are $30. It's a little pricey, but believe me, it's really well worth the price there. So mark your calendar for June 1st, and let me know if you want to go, and I'll try to make sure we have what we need to get tickets and that kind of a thing. I want to share with you before we close this video out. I want to share with you a reading out of Luke chapter 24 today. Some of the women who had followed Jesus were on their way to his tomb after he had been crucified and laid in the tomb to preserve his body with spices. And it was the first day of the Jewish week when they arrived, and they found something that they didn't expect, or maybe they didn't find what they expected to find. This is how it goes in Luke's Gospel. Now it was Mary Magdalene and Joanna and Mary the mother of James and the other women with them who told these things to the apostles. But these words seemed to them an idle tale, and they did not believe them. But Peter rose and ran to the tomb. Stooping in and looking, he saw the linen cloths by themselves, and he went home, marveling at what had happened. You know, Peter sort of always gets a bad rap for being the disciple that betrayed Jesus, but in this instance, he is immediately the one that begins to run to the tomb and check out what everybody else, it seems like in this scripture, sort of dismisses as an idle tale, you know, and but he doesn't flinch for a moment. He probably didn't know it, but you know, he was being available to Jesus in a moment when it mattered really the most. He didn't know that Jesus had resurrected from the dead, but he made himself available to that possibility and took off running to see if it was true. And what I want to do today is encourage you. Sometimes it's easy for us to get into the mode of thinking about our faith in terms of a fairy tale, or like the scripture says, an idle tale. Something that sounds really nice, but it doesn't really make much of a difference in terms of how we live our daily lives, or how we get along, or how we offer ourselves to God, or in what we give honor to. But this week, as we head towards Sunday, I just want to challenge you and encourage you to make yourself available to God in terms of being able to experience Jesus. Make yourself available even when it seems like he's not very real. I mean, I have days all the time where I wake up and I don't feel particularly saved, or I don't feel particularly like God is with me, but But in those moments, it's the most important that we make ourselves available to God in terms of how we live our lives and in terms of worshiping Him, even with the small things that we do. You know, we have this gift. Easter is still fresh on our minds. We have this gift of being able to experience Jesus in the power of His resurrection. You know, we're not serving a dead and forgotten leader or some great spiritual teacher. We're serving a living God, and we're worshiping a living God. We can encounter Him and experience Him in the person of Jesus. Jesus, who was God and human at the same time, and so He's so familiar with us and what we go through on a daily basis. That's really what makes worship, so amazing, is that we are having an encounter with God, but that God is intimately familiar with us and wants to know us in an intimate way. So I encourage you just to be available to God this week, even when it doesn't feel like He's there. Just make yourself available to Him and offer Him what you have to offer. So I think that's about all. See you guys Thursday night at about 7:30. I'm going to be here at 7, sort of setting up. So if anybody else wants to come and hang out for a little bit and shoot the breeze or whatever, you're more than welcome to do that if you want to come early. But let me bless you as we conclude this. God bless you and keep you and make His face shine upon you and give you peace. If you need anything, feel free to give me a call. But we'll see you guys Thursday.